Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to IXION. Now remember, as always, if you're a fan of the series and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like or a comment, which can really help the series do well, especially in these early episodes. And if you want to do more direct support, you can also become a channel member and even get some of those episodes early. So, in the last episode, we had arrived back in our desolate solar system, where the death of the Earth had begun to really sink in with our workers. Now, in an effort to be self-sufficient, we've improved food production and started to survey the surrounding system with probes, uncovering Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, and we also found some cryopods with people in them, so we have yet to thaw them out. And we've also expanded into Sector 2 to improve our industry. Alright, so we're picking up right where we left off at the end of the last episode, and I thought it'd be a good idea just to do a quick recap and take a bit of a sit-rep as to the current situation. We're obviously orbiting Earth right now, although I guess it's actually not that obvious given the state of it. Abandoned, dusty, desolate, toxic. I've been called worse things. We've got the objectives in the top left of the screen. The overarching objective right now is to repair the Tycoon. We took some more permanent damage when we did our vol jump from Proxima Centauri in the first episode, and we're still looking to fix that. We're also then taking a degradation to our hull over time that we're currently trying to offset by repairing it with alloys constantly, but it's actually not enough given our current situation. We'll talk about that later. We're building a steel mill, which is the sub-objective of repairing the Tycoon. It's what we've got to do to move that forward. Now, the steel mill is being built in Sector 2, which I'm going to focus this area to be a bit more industry if I can. So most of the refinement economy is going to get to work in here. So the steel mill is about 50% done. It's going to present an interesting logistical challenge for us, as we have 30 workers required to work it, but we currently only have 16 workers available. So the work conditions are going to become worse as people take 2 jobs to keep all the buildings working efficiently, and eventually that could get so bad then buildings stop working. Or they fall to disrepair. That seems to be what happens. Over in Sector 1, we have the other objective of feed the crew. Feed 1,000 crew members. Now obviously we don't have 1,000 crew members, but it means feed people 1,000 times. And we're close to doing that. We're only 8 away, currently sitting at 992. The third objective is a new home. Find and collect 500 cryonic pods. Now over on the system view, we've discovered Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter. Their orbits were a little bit more unpredictable since we came back into the solar system at an advanced stage. But having found Mars, we seem to have collected about 20 people from there, and then there seems to be some people here. 25 cryonic pods. I just don't remember that from the previous episode, but there they are. They are waiting for us. Maybe they just weren't there yet based on the event that we had at Venus. So, our cargo ship is no doubt going to head out there and find those extra guys as well. Now that's good because we are currently building a stockpile to store cryonic pods, which is kind of a dark concept, but there you go. And then we'll also have a storage bay for, well, I don't know why this is currently set to, yeah, currently set to iron. And then that iron is then going to be moved over to this area and then get fed into the smelter. Because, of course, everything is coming through here. So it kind of has to have a place to go first before it gets distributed to the other sectors. Now, one of the reasons that I'm building steel out that way is because we have building specializations. This one's specialization is space. These are all space. And this one is more focused on industry. So if we can specialize the red sector to be the red resource, that'd be nice. So anything to do with refinement, I'm probably going to try and build out here. Speaking of, we can actually open up the tech tree and have a look here. Polymer refinery, I think, is the next thing I'm going to get. That's going to allow us to turn carbon into polymer every cycle. Wrong button. Research. So that's 45 research. We've only got 56 right now, but there's lots out there in the system for us to go gather. Now we're also currently building the cryonics center, and that's going to allow us to awaken the cryonic pods, or thaw them out, however you want to think about it. Now interestingly, we've actually got a little bit of homelessness in Sector 2. 5 people don't have homes here, so we're going to have to build a little bit more, and I'll probably be sending people into here. So let's just get that one down, because we know we're going to need it. I feel like this place is already a disaster in terms of where I'm building things, and things are just going to have to move. But that's just the way it is until I think you clear everything anyway. So I'll just pop it anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Let it get built, whatever, and then we'll move things a little bit later when I've sorted out some roads. Speaking of, let's just do that. Let's do this. Hook these up so we can just get everything that's in these boxes lying around the place. This is so our mech can actually go out and fetch them. And then we can look away from that and just leave it now for a while. Okay, I think that's basically everything to catch you up on. So power-wise, we seem to have a good amount to burn through. Trust, we're at 100%. Everyone's super happy because we haven't had any breakdowns, issues. Everyone has a house, they have healthcare. Things are great. Pretty happy now. Stability is good. People are happy. Conditions are optimal. But that might end up changing later today. So that's the time play. And get back to it. So I'm basically just going to be waiting on these buildings to get done. Just checking that our science ship has stuff to do. So our current Glooscap, the cargo ship, is going off to collect some iron to bring it back. Let's just make sure that the fleet has a good priority. They do have a high priority on cryonic pods. So that must have just been uncovered. So they'll probably head out there next. We have another probe. So I'm kind of wanting to find all the planetary bodies within our solar system. So let's just grab this out and follow. So this is the Jupiter orbit. So we'll go to the next one over and just scroll around. We have ice and iron a little further out there until we find Tech. It seems like Tech is the one that's going to be for you'll find the actual planet. We found Jupiter, but there wasn't actually anything there for us to interact with, which I'm surprised, considering Jupiter's moons. You would have thought people were living on Callisto or Io or something. Or doing something with it. Alright, seems like we're here. Awesome. Okay, we are well on our way. Time is now playing. The probe is being sent out. We've got 96 polymers. It's sent to auto build, so we just make them in the background. I love as well that you can actually see the kind of that kind of gravity well that the sun has or whatever. I just think it's a really nice addition. Now I've got super far away orbits of what I would assume are comets, asteroids. Don't know if that's going to be necessarily as far as the Oort cloud. I feel like it's much further than that. But anyway. Oh yes, we have to send our science ship here. Is our science ship busy right now? They're currently processing the science over at Venus, but they're almost done. We should see our steel mill get built in a moment as well. Alright, science ship has collected all the science they needed. We'll go back to Mars then. So it's going to take 2 cycles to get there. Godspeed. Alright, we'll hop back in. So we have our 2 stockpiles. Now, interestingly, we've already gone into, yeah, look at that. Working conditions, extra hours. There is a deficit of 10 because we've just built these 2. And this is going to take 15, causing a further deficit. So, what we could do is potentially turn off one of these. Maybe even turn off electronics. Because we don't have any extra anyway. And that saves 10 workers. Just to help people be happy for a minute. They're going to be overworked again in a second, yeah. Alright, but at least now, this is going to take in cryonic pods and churn out new people. And these are just going to immediately work on the building that they came from, basically. Or get fed back into the workforce. Now, I'm eager to see if we get an... Ooh, we have a transmission. Hello?
Administrator, we are picking up a Dolos emergency frequency broadcasting from the facility Outer Hope. Dolos protocol dictates that in the event of a major systems failure, administrators must contact the nearest Dolos site immediately. Outer Hope Station is likely to have both the materials and expertise required to repair the damage that the Vol engine has sustained.
Interesting. Okay, hey, we did our other objectives. Report to Dolos. Find a Dolos station with a probe. Alright, so are we not going to be able to repair then based on what we were doing? That seems to have just changed, almost. It's like build a steel mill, but that doesn't help us repair the permanent damage, right? Yeah, 100 hull units are irreparable right now. But it does allow us to constantly feed it alloys to keep it going. Alright, so what's the situation? So we currently have 59 workers required for this sector. So I just shut off while they were talking that building, because that actually put us over into the overwork area. And what happens then, I haven't seen it yet, but it does say that workplace safety goes down when workers have bad working conditions, and you can have like disrepair and problems and things can blow up. So obviously you want to avoid that. Alright, we'll just tell them to collect a few bits and bobs lying around here and then continue. Now, science-wise, how are we doing? Science ship is on its way. Another probe is available. So we're looking for... That one's not even reached its destination yet. We're looking for a Dolos station. Now, in the last episode, I was wondering, could we ever see objective-related points of interest? Maybe now we will. Oh, yeah. Look, straight away. That was just pure luck. Straight away, there's something up out there. I'm close, but it's... Oh. There we go. Right there. Yeah, what I was planning on doing was just like kind of scan lining going left to right all the way down. And what's here, by the way? Science? Science needs to be collected by a science ship, obviously. Now we've got...
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
New request. What is it? My child. An explosion has occurred and prevents...
An accident has occurred in the typhoon.
In Sector 1. Oh my god, it's right there. We're mid-explosion. That is so dangerous, by the way. And that's the EVA airlock. Oh my god, it's so bad that that would explode. So, click to enable workshop repair protocols. Okay. An accident has occurred in the following building. Stanford nail plane projections indicate that poor working conditions and power overloads can cause accidents. It should also be taken into consideration that larger buildings are more likely to have serious accidents, okay? Yeah, I've already pledged to repair it, so yeah. And I've said that it'll run optimally for 2 cycles. I mean, that seems random though, right? There's nothing I can do about which building gets a problem or not. We're lucky it was isolated to there. It didn't affect the probe construction. Yeah, I mean, they're doing a few extra hours. We all have to do that now and then. Come on. What's the big deal? How are we doing for iron? That's okay. And how are we doing here for iron coming in? It seems to get exported straight over, just like we did in the previous episode. We had queued it up to go into this other place. And we're thawing them out. We're thawing them out. 3 every cycle. Every day. You know, well, every cycle. Let's just call it what it is. Every cycle we get 3 extra people. And in storage, we currently have 13.
A science ship has arrived.
So did we go out and collect the ones from Venus? No, but the 25 are on their way back right now. Jose Ortiz is piloting the Gloose Cap, the cargo ship, by himself, bringing back 25 people. That is such valuable cargo. Let's see, workplace safety. Yeah, so if people get injured, they have to go to an infirmary. Well, let's have a read. At a workplace, workers can get injured. The main causes of injuries are accidents and low stability. The lower the stability of the sector, the more likely workers are to injure themselves at work. Infirmaries treat the wounded. If untreated, the wounded will eventually die. Make sure to have enough infirmary beds available in your sector. To reduce the injury risk, make sure that the stability of your sector is as high as possible with stability buildings or by adopting different policies. So, stability buildings would be things like the Alternative Life Center and memorials, plus 1 stability in the sector and 1 stability in the sector. So, what is our current stability? Well, we're currently happy, and we gain trust because of it. Same in this sector. So there's a little negative from the death of Earth, of course, but people are happy that the hull integrity is good. People have houses, most people do anyway. And just opening the sector, they get a bit of a boon. Okay, that's good to know. We'll have to invest in one of those, I'm sure, in the tech tree soon enough. And there we go, we've repaired the building. And they're continuing the hull repairs externally right now. Alright, no big deal. Avoid accidents in the EVA airlock in Sector 1 for 2 cycles. Should be able to, I mean, people are happy, although there's a little bit of extra hours going on. But it should be getting better and better the more of these guys we awaken. And the cargo ship is on its way back right now. So, fingers crossed that it just doesn't happen, basically. Wait and see type mentality. This place is filling up fast. Alloys are getting distributed over here because this is where we're constantly using them. So that's nice to see that that's working, and we're just getting those little extra bits all the time. Let's just continue to build the road out there. And then once all of these are collected, I'm just going to dismantle all these roads and then build them out fresh. Then we can do the layout from the right side in. A probe has completed its scan and discovered a new point of interest. Oh, we've got Saturn, I was right, and then this one is getting close. Okay, cool. So Saturn it is. A structure belonging to the Black Market Society has been discovered on Titan, Saturn's largest moon. Although severely damaged, the site seems to still be active. Surface scans indicate the BMS station extends deep below the surface of Titan. Further data is not available due to the site firing upon the Tycoon's probe as it approached. Well, I don't know about that, man. I don't know if I want to send a science ship up there just to get shot out of the, out of space, basically. Is that a good idea? Might leave that one for a bit. Interesting, though. I don't know what kind of tech we'd have to counter that. As far as I know, there is just 3 ship types in the game. I'm probably overthinking it, but still. I want to be immersed, so I'm going to pretend like that is a real possibility. I mean, for all I know, it is. Alright, cool. Everyone's doing their thing. We fed the people. We're still looking to find more. I mean, the pods is going to take a long time just finding people in batches of like 20 or 25. Unless we find a big group of like 100 or something. The polymer refinery has been unlocked in terms of technology. That's good, but I'm not going to be able to actually build it. But let's just have a look at how big it is. Transforms 5 carbon into 5 polymer every 1 cycle. It's a big building. Okay, good. So yeah, next tech would be just getting the next one. Electronics factory. We need 45 tech for that. I'll click research. You don't have enough points as of this moment to finish the research. Proceed with care. That's okay. They can start it and fill it up over time. Hopefully by the time it's just about done, we have enough. Ah, one of our cargo ships is coming back in to be repaired. So, oh, it's the mining ship. So the mining ship will just sit out there mining for quite a while. But then eventually it has to come back every now and then just to get repaired. And it takes like a certain amount of resources to do it. I think. I'm pretty sure it takes resources. Let's just see in the tutorial screen if it can tell me that. External construction, power, workplace safety, space travel, system jumps. That's fine. Trust and stability. Yep, know about that. Game over. When everything goes wrong and all hope is lost, your journey ends. Don't fret, as you'll have the option to restart your game, but you can do so either from your last save game or the beginning of the chapter. If the crew of the Tycoon loses faith in you, they'll take action and exile you from your position. If the structural integrity of the station reaches 0, the Tycoon will break apart. Kind of just want to see that. Breakdowns, accidents, that's all fine. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it did tell me somewhere, but oh well. We'll have to leave it. Because it doesn't actually tell me how much it's... Like, what is it taking to be repaired? I'm assuming alloys, just like everything else. But maybe nothing. Maybe it just takes time. There we go. We found Outer Hope. Dolos emergency signal is broadcasting from these coordinates. It originates from the research station Outer Hope. That's what Eden had just told us about. So our science ship is out here. Sorry, I didn't clear the event. The derelict UN-owned facility is covered almost entirely by Martian sand. Existing Dolos clearance codes can be used to interact with the complex's systems. Caution is advised, as the weight of the sand may exceed the structure's load-bearing capacity. Yeah, go in. Use the access codes that were functional before the Tycoon's vol jump. Sure. What could go wrong? Alright, we've got another probe. Again, we're looking for people and also looking for planets. So this is as far as we've gone. Saturn. So what's next over from Saturn? Neptune, I think? We'll just go around until we see the science thing peak. All is quiet on this ring until maybe not. Getting close. There we go. Alright, good. Looking good. Probe is out. We can always move around as well if we want to reduce the time between traveling. I think there to here is pretty quick for the iron. So that's not too bad. Plus, I guess we can't actually move to the deposits directly, but we can go in orbit of different planets and stuff, I guess. I wonder, could we move to there if we wanted? No, it doesn't seem like it. What about... So, Mercury, yes. Venus, yeah. The Shinabi, no. Mars, Saturn. Yeah, it does seem like it has to be a planet. Select a stellar object or position to move to. Well, yeah, I don't know. These are stellar objects, technically, aren't they? But anyway. Not that it matters. We don't need to move right now anyway. Hull integrity is good. So we're free to move when we want. And are we still getting enough food? I think so. Even with all these extra people waking up, we should still have enough.
A science ship team has completed a task.
So here it actually says the overall station is making a net benefit of 0.8 per cycle, right? Yeah. And the sector is positive and that one's negative. So we have to like constantly feed in a little bit of food into here. What was that? The science ship Ripley has been... Okay, cool. We're at the Mars facility. The Codes briefly reactivated the base's defense systems, but due to the facility's state, they fortunately overloaded and are now offline. The team of the Ripley did not suffer any losses. Okay. So investigate the storage area, inspect scientific study, perform a full sweep of the facility, and prepare the site for resource extraction. I would say do this first, perform a full sweep. The team will carry out a simultaneous and coordinated extraction across the different sites of the Richter complex to gather as many resources as possible. The Ripley's team will prepare any resources in the facility's storage area. Get some science. I think just a full sweep is good. I have a feeling that it might, because he was talking about it could collapse. Maybe we can only do one or two of these things. Alright, we are maxed out for alloys. Almost. 400 is the total max. 300 is probably the max in that sector. We've got another probe available. Man, they are making those quick. We want to make sure we don't burn through our polymers too fast. So, I suppose... Would it be Pluto, the one that's even further out? Does that count? Is that 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it would be. Not seeing it. It could be over here, though, again. No, I think we're just passing by Neptune. There we go. Something down here. Let's get it. Hope I got my planets right. Be embarrassing if I haven't. But anyway. I just remembered Mavemschnapp. But then they say Pluto's not a planet anymore, so... How's our scientists doing? So yeah, they're just going to take a while at Mars, and then we'll go up and go to Dolos. But for now, I guess we're fine just working on the economy. Thawing out these guys. You can actually see the cryopods down here in storage. Do we actually see them get taken out? I don't know if we see that specifically. We do see them on the forklift making their way down here. We'll see one in just a second. Once this is done, I guess, right there. So now there should be yeah, there we go. So if we pause time, we can actually see a little cryopod being ferried along on the forklift. God damn. I don't know, there's something just really dark about that. That people are just asleep in there. Right, but we're doing good. We've brought ourselves up to... So 163 workers are needed here, and we have 143 now. And here it's 50 to 59. And we've got 24 in storage. So the extra 24, how's that going to do for us? Yeah, that should be... Actually, that might be enough for almost for both sectors. We're still repairing all the time, but we're still losing overall. Due to the extra working conditions, extra hours, I mean. Slows us down a bit for hull repair. And from opening a second sector, as we saw before, is pretty nasty. And then the recent vol jump, I don't know when that's going to go away. That's a negative 20. A consistent negative 20 because we did a vol jump like many cycles ago. I wonder when that wears off. So what's this? The building is purging waste. It has 10 waste built up right now. So if we hover over waste, does it tell me much about waste? I don't really know how that works. Waste can be recycled into other resources. It generates by factories and food production buildings. It can be recycled into alloys, electronics, polymer, and water. Oh, you probably need a storage bay for it then, and then they'll use it. Yeah, I assume so. Otherwise, they just destroy it. Okay. Okay, we can make another storage thing. Although, we don't have the workforce for it. Okay, maybe... I don't know then. What could we do? That's iron. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to switch this on, turn that off, and pop it on waste. And maybe then... Oh, we need a policy for it. We haven't unlocked policies yet. Okay then. Well, never mind. I'll turn that building on, actually let them store things up. This one's almost full, so turn that one off. If it's full, just pull from the other two, you know? To be honest, leave if they're both full, just pull from this one. That is less people ferrying stuff around, but it's at least keeps our people not too overworked initially. So how are they doing? No homeless anymore, that's good. People actually have names in the game, by the way, which is cool. It'd be cool if you could rename people. And houses even take a little bit of electricity. How's our refinement going? Seems good. We're churning through that iron pretty quickly, actually. 25 just got immediately taken up. And in here, no more iron in here. So how's our cargo ship doing? There's 477 iron that they can grab. So the mining ship is actually almost done. We should find another deposit for them to go mine. Let's see. So that's all the rings done. So, or the, you know, the orbits done. So we could look for, maybe just go for carbon next, because we did get the building to refine carbon. There's actually some right here. And apparently some more iron. Okay, and that's nice and close by. So yeah, let's just get that. And then we'll build it. We can just store up the carbon for a while and then turn it into polymers when we get that building for it.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, the operation was a success, so the full sweep. We were able to recover a large amount of resources. 25 cryo pods. Okay, I'm reading ahead. Regretfully, a few crew members were lost during the process. Deviating from standard resource extraction protocols, their unauthorized actions caused the collapse of a retaining wall. Sand flooded the facility and caused their subsequent asphyxiation. Their memory will be honored, their breach of protocol denounced. That's awesome. Alright, so 9 polymer, 25. So we lost Henna Lane and Kira O'Brien, a name very close to me, being Irish. Kind of. So yeah, 25. Alright, well we know a net positive, but obviously you don't like losing people. Now I wonder how that works for the ship itself. The ship has 2 missing crew. It must return to the Tycoon, replacing the crew before starting another expedition. Gotcha. Alright. Back to Tycoon. Bit of a setback. And that seems to be the only thing we could do there. There's no more event there. So we got people, and we got polymer.
A probe has completed its
I wonder what avoided means. Like... I don't know what that means. Probe completed its scan. We have carbon. 78. So obviously not that much. Polymers seem to be a lot more rare. You think carbon would be everywhere there, but anyway, whatever. Cargo ship doing its thing. And then the mining ship will have to be told you can go get that as a lesser priority. Cool. Silicon's probably more important to make electronics. Speaking of, are we getting that done? We've no more, I think, tech to get it done. I was hoping we'd get tech by the time we ran into that problem, but I guess not. Alright. I think this game is so cool. I'm really enjoying it. Really, really enjoying it so far. So, 2 people sick in Sector 2. Can't we move them to Sector 1? Is that possible? So, only workers, non-workers, colonists. So I don't know what that's about yet. Yeah, I guess not. Total lost 1. Surely total loss should be 2. Maybe they were lost because they were sick and they died and they didn't have a bed. No, there's beds. There's 15 beds. And 5 people are currently hospitalized. Yeah, it's such a shame that I can't move them across. Oh, sorry, it says there's no active health buildings in Sector 2, but there's no one who's injured here. Unless the person was injured here, died here, if that's what that meant. I'm probably getting a bit bogged down, but just wondering why it says 1. We'll see when the sign ship comes back. Does this then say 2? Or 3, even. Alright, anyway, to continue. Power is okay. We don't have any batteries yet, either. Mining ship heading over to the other iron deposit. There's still 429 to collect there. And 57 there. That should be a high priority. And I would say...
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
By the way, we did manage not to have an accident over there. So the alloys have just gone offline. Great. So, an explosion has occurred in this building. So just enable workshop repair protocols. That's fine. It'll just take a little while. Same with this one. Oh my god, not at the cryopods. Jeez. Now see, I don't know what that costs. It seems to just repair it. Just takes a little bit of time. The constructor... I guess it takes the time of the constructors to go out and do that. Yeah. Okay, well that's fine. But then this has stopped working. Because it doesn't have enough alloys to keep the repairs up. So integrity is going to fall pretty fast. I could turn on one of these again, but I don't want to do that. Just powering that off. I can't actually power it on or off anyway. Yeah, so I'll just leave it. Stockpile has been disabled in Sector 2 due to an accident. Oh my god. Another explosion. Explosions everywhere because people are working extra hours. Productivity's falling. So there's 4 people now injured in Sector 2. They'll die after a few cycles if they're not hospitalized. Shit. See, I feel like that's what happened to one person. So I'll build an infirmary. 40 alloys. Do you have enough here? Yep. Okay, bit of a late build on that one. I wish they could just get moved around to here. This one's up to 13 people now. Yikes. Get a few bad events and that's what happens. And we only get those events, I think, because we're doing extra hours. Because we need more people. We're busy. We're thawing them out. Trying to keep that number up. We're close. We're only lacking about, I don't know. What is it, 16 workers? Not too bad. Just make sure I haven't made any mistakes there. So, working conditions, moderate risk of accidents taking place. Yeah. Yep. Well, once we get the people, it'll be fine. Especially if we can get the extra people from Mars, which we're doing right now, right? The high priority is on getting more people. And the cargo ship is heading out to do that. Would it be worth flying down there? I think it might be. Maybe not. It would only save a couple cycles. We have to go back up here anyway. Is the sign ship ready to go again? It seems to have gotten its crew back. We could go to Outer Hope now. Or go back to Mars. We can't do anything there. Go to Saturn. Or go to Uranus. Oh, Uranus. How did I forget about that? So Neptune is the further out one. Oh, there it is. Totally forgot about it. I'd say do this first. Outer Hope, see what's going on. 2.3 cycles, and then we'll go out and see what's going on at Uranus. Our instruments have recorded abnormal thermal activity. At this distance, we are unable to deduce its nature or source. Neptune. Our communication system has detected faint signals transmitting from what appears to be an old luxury station on Triton. Alright, they mention public disorder, food supply problems, and frequently reference the name Ulysses. We saw that guy's name before. So that means that Pluto is probably one of these bigger orbits, right? Doesn't it have an irregular and tilted orbit, I guess, which is probably makes sense with these bigger, crazier lines that are further out. And then there's the mysterious Planet 9 or whatever. It could be a microbial black hole or something. Alright. Well, can we go further? Another probe. It would be nice to find silicon now. There's more carbon and iron out this way. I suppose not a bad idea just... Well, there's silicon over there. Yeah, let's go that way then. Trying to find that tech. We're close to some tech, apparently. Right here. Let's go to the tech, actually. Okay. Alright, how are things going? So, repairs have taken effect. That's good. We're getting more people all the time. Every cycle we get 3 extra people, so 5 cycles or so, and we should be back to pretty good amount there. We could, I suppose, just to ease off on the little pressures we've been having, turn off the steel mill. We have a lot of alloys. We could save some people. Let the working get... Because they went to overworked there for a second, so...
Is being overworked.
Please tell me they didn't die. No, they didn't. They're being overworked because a lot of them are in the infirmary. So we'll turn off the steel mill. Let everyone chill. We'll keep all this stuff going, though. In fact, tech could probably stop until we get more tech. So turn that off, too. So now we've got optimal conditions. All good. We're not making any tech, though. I'll have to go find some. Which is why I chose to go to that location with the probe. Science ship is heading north, though. Don't know why I say north, but I'm just going to continue doing it. We all know what I mean. Alright, things are looking good. At least food is staying positive. The overall station balance is we make 0.2 every cycle. Every 5 cycles. We just have a little bit more. So we're really like evening out. And every time we're opening up more people, we're going to need more and more food. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get some going on in here, though. What's the food balance in here? It's -1. So one insect farm here would balance this place out, actually. I'm going to change where everything is in here later. But for now, we can just do that. Why open ourselves up to risks of injury and explosions when we could just power down a building for a little while and let them get the job done?
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
We could get more power. 60 polymer, 2 electronics gives us another 45 power. Pretty tempting to do that and store in excess in batteries. Yeah, let's do it. I feel like we have the polymers and stuff to do it, so why not? Solar panel set 2. Oh, it's only 10 polymers and we get another... Oh, sorry. Jeez, I didn't realize. That's nice. 10 polymers, 40 more power. Hell yeah. Get cracking. Excellent. Science ship has arrived at Outer Hope. Outer Hope is surrounded by wreckage and debris from a past battle. Broken equipment and frozen bodies float around the station. The emergency signal is transmitting from inside. Search the battlefield. Please tell me we could do both. 5 cycles to do that, though. It's quite a lot. That's so cool, man. So Dolus, you know, they went to the far edges of the system. They had battles and stuff. People obviously hated them after what had happened. It's crazy. So we're coming back in with the 25 extra people in just a moment. And we're just awakening the one here. Although it does say 3 in stock. Is it 1 or is it 3? No, it was 1. The rest of them are being ferried in on the forklifts. Alright, great. Everything's looking very good. Do feel bad about that death we had. Let's just check population metrics again. It does still say total loss 1, so I guess it was just the 1. Both sectors have the same numbers, so... How's everyone doing in here? You're now making food in here. Obviously getting better food later down the line would be nice if we could. Still haven't found any extra tech. And did we find... We did. We found a debris field. We have verified the data... Sorry, so transmission from Yusuf Kaider, probe data analyst. We've verified the data several times and can confirm the existence of vast debris field covering an area of several thousand kilometers. At the center of the field is a colossal artificial structure which, even in its ruined state, makes the Tycoon look like an insect. No signals have been detected. We've identified 3 areas for investigation. The core, secondary structure that looks to be the remains of a destroyed loading dock, and a particularly dense area of debris close to the other 2 sites. We recommend the utmost caution to be taken when approaching these areas. The floating debris will make navigation difficult and interfere with communications. Okay. Good find, but yeah, nothing we can do with it really right now. We've got a mining ship that's out here. Oh, so that's maybe why you say avoid. So it's like, just don't go there right now. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense. So avoid, avoid, avoid. And that way we'll just keep our mining ship closer to proximity to where we are, just to make things go a bit quicker. The polymers, though, you could totally go get them if you wanted to. Is he allowed to do that? Not yet, actually. And we've powered down the... Yeah, it'd be good to just collect a ton of iron, then we store it all up, then just refine it and work that way. So we're like rotating people around a bit. But yeah, these two can have a high priority. That is a high priority. Okay, cool. That's going to be raw carbon as well. Actually, thinking about it, we've got nowhere to store that. It's going to be stored in here eventually. Suppose I could turn this on and turn it into just store carbon. Still have optimal conditions. So 47 workers are required. We have 46 workers are available. Oh, interesting. So one extra person. Someone's doing a little overtime, but it seems to be still considered optimal. Maybe one person just isn't enough to make a difference. That's okay. Now, can we start to chip away at these roads? They look heinous. Alright, sweet. And then we can just build properly from this side out. Would be nice to just get a... I like to just kind of have a road along this side so they always have a way out. But it's kind of a waste of space. You don't need necessarily more than just one exit. Yeah, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll leave it. Alright. Alright, that seems to be going well. Is there something I'm missing? Because this thing is highlighted for me for some reason. We've got another probe. We could go to where we were just looking. I'd like to have another source of iron, just in case. Although tech would always be good, actually. I suppose tech is probably key. Or a bigger priority. It's tech somewhere around here. There we go, right there. Alright, probe is out. Now, I might turn auto build off after the next one's done. We'll just build them when we want them, because we don't necessarily have like a reliable income of polymers, and some stuff does require quite a bit. Especially depending, we might get an event, maybe contribute some polymers. It'd be nice just to have it ready. Alright, I think that's kind of going to be it for this episode, guys. There's not much else going on. We're going to have to wait for the Outer Hope. It'd be nice just to see... Maybe just let's speed up time and get this event done. Then we'll go from there. See if we can find Pluto as well. It'd be nice. A probe has completed its scan and discovered a new point of interest. Detected a signal. Oh my god, my voice. Broadcasting on a Dolos frequency. It originates from a mineral extraction station named the Stanford Facility. Got another probe. God damn. A lot of iron right here. Ice. Ice needs to be mixed or refined. It becomes water mixed with for food, I think. A bit higher food yields, which is something we're going to have to consider soon enough. Hydrogen. Out that way. Don't know what we need that for, but obviously something. More iron out this way. I think still tech is going to be my ultimate thing that I want to keep finding. Can we go? How far can we go? Is there anything ever out this way? It doesn't seem like there's anything out that far. Okay, good. So it really is just within this asteroid kind of field. Yeah, I'm not seeing any more tech. It seems like we might have gotten everything that was immediately, like, obvious for tech. Unless it's on the inner rings. Haven't really checked there too much. Okay, let's just check around here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe I'm just missing it really obviously. I'll check in between episodes, just have a quicker look around. Well, if this is going to be one of our last probes then, for regular resources, maybe just somewhere here we've got a bit of everything. And maybe we can go into orbit of Jupiter and work on the asteroid belt, work here, and maybe send some stuff out to Uranus.
A science ship team has completed.
Alright, here we are. The battle seems to have been made up of multiple engagements with debris from the conflict, mostly consisting of wrecked shuttles. Some of these destroyed ships bear the insignia of the UN, though the majority carry Dolos emblems. Sophisticated weapon systems were also identified amongst the wreckage, bearing the acronym BMS. Ah, the black market thing, right? The Ripley's team was able to salvage some resources from the debris. There we go, 40 tech. And then we'll search the Outer Hope facility itself. Alright, we're gonna have to leave it there. So we saw something to do with the BMS down this way, the Black Market Society. Seems like maybe a three-way war or something in Black Market Society, the UN, and Dolus. Who knows, it could be 2v1, we don't know the situation. Alright, that's gonna have to be it for this episode. Thank you again very much for watching. Remember, if you like the series, please do consider subscribing. I don't ask very often. I'm gonna try and get in the habit of asking more often. Because it really does help the series, helps the videos, and obviously just helps the channel generally, and it helps you find the videos when I actually upload them. Of course, if you like the video, please do consider just hitting that little thumbs up button, only if you like it. Don't worry about it. If you dislike it, you can leave a dislike. That always helps too. Lets me gauge what people like and don't like. And leave a comment. Let me know your feedback. I look forward to reading them, hopefully after this episode. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching, and remember, if you want to support the channel directly, you can click the join button to become a channel member. Doing so will get your name in the credits, as well as loyalty badges and emotes to use in the comments. You'll also get exclusive access to my Discord, where there's dedicated channels for each series I'm doing, and it's a great place just to meet others and make some friends.